Hey everyone, so Courtney gave me a really good idea, and I've also seen Heather do this actually. I'll link them both below. But basically, I was talking about this book during my Hindsight is 2020 reader tag thing I did, and I was surprised by how trashy it sounded. And so basically, I am going to be rereading this book and documenting my thoughts along the way. So if you would like to hear me discuss this book that I read as a kid and reread it as an adult, stay tuned. Hey guys. So I wanted to update you on this book because I finished chapter 1 and it's already so ridiculous. Like, I can't even believe that I was allowed to read this crap as a kid. Actually, it's fine that I was allowed to read it. It's just so ridiculous. So it starts off with this girl, Leah, who's in the hospital. Basically, her finger hurt really, really badly. And, like, she couldn't even sleep or whatever. And she didn't, like, bump it or anything, but she basically broke it. And she doesn't know how because she never hit it on anything or whatever. So she's home alone. She's home alone while her mom and new stepdad are in Japan. At 16, she's home alone. Not only is she home alone, but mom and new stepdad have only been together for 3 months. And she lived in Dallas, but they just moved into stepdad's house, which is like in this farm in Indiana. So she is home alone as a 16-year-old in a place she's never lived before. You know, no big deal. Just has a doctor's number for emergencies that she can call if she has cancer, you know. And she's just on the phone during chapter 1 with her mom, and her mom is just bragging about all the stuff she bought for her while they're in Japan that has designer labels and crap like that. She has no plans to come home, you know, because her daughter has got this, like, 16-year-old in the hospital in an unfamiliar town alone. No big deal. And, yeah, also, she is having her daughter relay information for her because they've never talked to the doctor. Like, you know, the doctor never, thought to, call the parents or call DCFS or CPS or whatever of a 16-year-old who's in the hospital by herself, admits herself to the hospital. This is just so ridiculous. On chapter 5 now, and apparently Leah has been left alone since she was 6 because her mom used to, like, tuck her in bed when she was 6 years old and leave her at home alone while she worked third shift. So there's that, although I shouldn't be too shocked with that because that's actually quite normal. Sad, but quite normal. And then also, she got a roommate who's Amish. It's this little girl named Rebecca, and she clung to her so quickly. Like, Rebecca clearly has some attachment issues, and, their nurse, Molly, just told her all about Rebecca's medical conditions. So, you know, there's obviously no HIPAA back in this time, or the author didn't really think about that because, yeah, apparently Rebecca has been bit by a brown recluse spider, and she has an infection, strep or staph, you know, who knows, that has set in and is moving up her arm from the site of the bite. She's on a powerful IV antibiotic, and that's why she's in the hospital. And the nurse just thinks it's okay to tell this, all of this to Leah, who is just the roommate of this girl, you know. Okay. So Leah has this roommate, Rebecca, who's like a little kid, not a teenager like her. And her family keeps coming to visit her, and they're Amish. And so her and this girl's sister become friends, just like talking about how each other's lives are ridiculous. And then all of a sudden she becomes friendly friends with this girl's brother, Ethan, because he is looking into a vending machine, and there is some food in there that he wants, but he doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't have money. And Leah saves him by putting money in the vending machine and picking him out a candy bar because he's never had a candy bar in his whole life. Now, I'm pretty sure Amish people have had candy bars. But anyway, And then he tells her that she is the most beautiful girl he has ever seen in his entire life. And then also a Christmas tree goes missing in the hospital, and they cannot not have a Christmas tree because it's a children's hospital and it's Christmas, and it just went missing suddenly. So they're trying to raise money for a new one. But luckily, Rebecca, the roommate's Amish family, has brought a Christmas tree. And so anyway, Leah is watching them carry in the Christmas tree, and Ethan is this guy that she likes. Leah watched Ethan help set up the tree in a bucket of water and anchor it down. She couldn't take her eyes off of him. His forearms bulged with excretion, and his shirt stretched taut against his back. Done! Okay, so Leah ends up having bone cancer, you know, as one does. And her parents finally come back. Well, her mom and her stepdad finally come back because, you know, they're married now after only having known each other for 3 months. And yeah, they're back from Japan now because she has cancer, and she might have to have her legs amputated. However, one thing I forgot to mention was there is this woman named Gabriella, I think, who comes every night, and she makes the girls feel super cozy when they're in their hotel room, or their hospital room, sorry, not hotel. And when she tells her other nurse, Molly, about Gabriella, there is no record of her. She doesn't exist. She doesn't work at the hospital. She's not a nurse. And turns out, no big deal. She's an angel. So, you know, there's that. That's super cool. Nurse Molly's sister died when she was a kid from cancer. And this angel hides in the library at the hospital her sister's journal. So, or diary, actually. So, now everyone believes in angels. And, yeah, what else? Oh, Ethan kisses, what's her name? Leah. Ethan kisses Leah at the end of the story before he goes on his way. What else? Oh, one other thing I should mention about this Molly character is she's always working. Like, I feel there are no labor unions in the hospital because she is the only person that ever takes care of these kids, except at night when this nurse, this angel nurse comes. And yeah, in addition, even though this hospital is in a big city, Indianapolis, Molly is the nurse that Leah will still have if she is in the hospital longer for cancer. So there's that. Also, her cancer in her bones was really, really bad. It was in her back, it was in her knee, it was in her finger, and she might have to have her legs amputated. But after this angel comes, now the tumors are shrinking in her bones, and they think that chemo will do it. So that is that book. I definitely enjoyed rereading it because I think it's fun to like kind of have nostalgia for what you used to love as a kid. Like, this was like one of my favorite books ever in my entire life. Definitely did not hold up to an adult reading, but it definitely was entertaining, and I'm super grateful that I still own this so that I can read it. I'm wondering if any of you have reread books that you loved as a kid and how they've stood the test of time, if they're still super good, if they were problematic. I'm just curious. So feel free to leave a comment or maybe reread one of your own childhood books. I will talk to you later. Bye.